So one of the things that I wanted to go over is basically purchasing overseas. So we purchase a lot of our materials abroad, I guess, and then we ship them in mostly through the port of Miami. And there's some do's and don'ts, I guess. So majority of the people that we meet, at least initially, come off of Alibaba or DHgate. Once you've secured some type of relationship over a couple orders, you might venture outside, or may not. You might just stay on the platform. And one of the biggest things that I would say that you have to do is when you're going to come on here, you're gonna talk about what you want, and the first thing that they're gonna ask is if you can wire them money or send them money outside PayPal, outside of Alibaba, via PayPal or wire, mostly wire. You don't want to do this at all. Once you send a wire, it's gone. I've talked to several people. Some people I know, some people I've just met, and they've told me their horror stories. Anything from like $5,000 to $30,000. They sent a wire, the money was gone, and that's the end. And then, what's happened is people who have lost, like recently, somebody from Canada that I met, he said he lost 30 grand. He was talking to somebody off Alibaba. They basically told them to wire the money for these glasses, and they wired it, and then that was basically the end. There was a couple of excuses, and that was the end. And then he was talking to another supplier, and that supplier used me as a reference, and that's how I met this guy. And I just told him, go through the platform several times before you even think about going outside. If there are, most of the time, as soon as you say, hey, we're going to stick on Alibaba, you're fine. As you can see my screen, we have 27 open orders on Alibaba. We've done countless transactions. Some of the things that you would want to do, I usually submit a request for quote. So you come in here, you can manage your RFQs, but here you go submit one. So if you were looking for, I got tote bags up. If you were looking for tote bags, you would submit an RFQ and basically say, hey, I'm looking for tote bags. You write the description, the sizes, the colors, everything goes in there. And then what happens is you're going to get somewhere between, 8 and 12 quotes. And then you could start, you can look at the pricing, and then you can start talking to the sellers. The other thing that you definitely want to go over when dealing with them is you want to know the full cost from them making it for it to arrive at your warehouse or your store. You want everything bundled in, because what you don't want to get hit with is some type of tariff, some type of border fee that you didn't know about, and it ends up costing you more than if you would have just bought it in the States. The idea of this is obviously to save money, but also buy in bulk. You want to get the full quote, and a lot of times they'll just want to send it to the port, and that's because they know that there's more cost involved, so it seems cheaper than it really is. You're going to have to pay the customs fee, all of that, and then once it leaves customs, you're going to have to get another shipper, trucking company, to come pick it up and then bring it to you. So there's a cost in that also. So just because they give you, majority of the time, the first quote is just to the port, and it makes everything seem better than it really is, because you still have to get it through the port to your warehouse. So make sure you get a quote that's everything. I would do that. I would, Alibaba has the insurance, so you're set there. We've had no issues. Actually, every transaction I've done through Alibaba has worked out great. I haven't had one issue. Every once in a while, like, I have one person that we deal with that when we import, we do pay the customs fee. That's fine. We've been doing that for 5 years, so I kind of know what it's going to be already, but I would look into it if you don't know. But yeah, I mean, Alibaba is pretty easy to use. I mean, you just really got to. I have a big setup here. I have 3 screens, so that's why I'm. If I'm not looking right at the camera, I'm just looking around here. But here's some tote bags. I mean, I just typed in tote bag. We don't even buy tote bags from overseas, but it was one of the hot items on here. And basically, you just go in. I mean, you know, you can see the mins, what you can get. Always contact. Don't ever, if it's just a purchase button, don't just purchase. Always contact. You want to talk to the person before you order to know exactly what's going on. You know, if you're buying large amounts, obviously you can negotiate it. You know, just like something like this, like they print the bag, so obviously you can ask for a cheaper cost if you're buying it blank. You know, I would definitely though talk to whoever you're dealing with multiple times, and also I would recommend getting a WhatsApp. Download that on your phone. You know, you can talk outside Alibaba, just don't pay outside Alibaba. And if it feels weird where they send you an order for a different product, don't do it. If it feels weird, it's weird. Skip it. You want everything to be up front. Then obviously at the end you can leave you know, the review and things like that. But always go through the platform. If you're looking for smaller items and not a ton, DHgate is better than Alibaba. But when you're looking to buy bulk, Alibaba has been our place to go. There's only one supplier on DHgate that you know, I've messaged and worked out a bulk deal with, but the majority of those they send DHL, so that is going to be a more expensive way to ship. It comes faster, while Alibaba is mostly pallets or cargo containers, and they're going to ship it sea freight. By the way, when you ship sea freight, you have to assume that it's going to be on the boat for a minimum of 30 to 35 days. It's going to take them time to make, time to pack. I usually say that you're not going to get it for about 3 months. So, you know, I don't want you to think, hey, I'm going to order this, I'm going to have it here in 2 weeks, because that's not how it works. I would say 3 months is a good amount of time for everything to happen, because not only is it on the boat for 30 to 35 days, but then once it hits customs, I've seen stuff sit in customs for a week or two. And then from there, the shipping company picks it up, and that could be another 5 days before it gets to you. So, you know, you really have to plan ahead. You got to look at inventory levels, and that's why usually we buy bulk and we buy time in advance, because you know you're going to run out and you can't just pick this stuff up pretty quick. So if you have any questions, I reply to everybody. Just put it in, just comment, subscribe for more tips, watch our podcast. We started doing the podcast on here, which is interesting. And I hope this helps somebody out and you know, nobody loses money anymore just sending outside the platform. So good luck, guys.